we also talked about the various method by which index number can be calculated. So let's first recall everything, then we will continue with the questions. So just a minute, give me a moment. Okay, so until now in this chapter we have started with the meaning of the index number, wherein I have told you that index number is a statistical tool, right? It is a statistical tool. It is a statistical tool So what is the use of index number? So it is a statistical tool which is used to measure changes. It is used to measure changes. So changes in what? Changes in any variable. Changes in any variable. Changes in any variable over a period of time. So if we want to find out how much there is a change in a particular variable over a period of time, then for that purpose we can use index number. Now the question arises, sir, what do you mean by variables? So variables means anything that can be measured in terms of number, anything which is capable of being expressed in quantitative terms are known as variables. So like for example, price of a commodity can be expressed in terms of number, so price is a variable. Quantity of a commodity is capable of being measured in terms of number, so thus quantity is also a variable. Similarly, we can calculate we can measure the profit of a particular entity, so profit is also a variable. Similarly, loss or production or any other thing, all of these things are variables. So the thing is that anything that can be measured in terms of numerical value is a variable. And how does index number help? Index number let us know what how much is the change, how much change have taken place in a variable over a period of time. Okay, and other than this, we have talked about what are the method by which we can determine the index number. So firstly, there are two types of index number, Alexander. Two types of index number. One is called the simple index number. Simple index number. And then we have the weighted index number. So what is the difference between simple and the weighted index number? The difference is that while calculating simple index number, we give consideration only to the prices of the commodity. But if we want to find out the weighted index number, in that case, we will be considering the price as well as the quantity of the commodity. Okay, so we will talk about weighted index number more in this session. But for now, I have also told you that simple index number can be broadly categorized as simple aggregative method, and simple average of price relative method, right? Simple aggregative and simple average of price relative method. So there are two methods to construct simple index number. Similarly, weighted index number can also be determined by two ways, one of which is weighted aggregative method, and then there is weighted average of price relative method. Okay, after that we cover different formula of these methods. Like while discussing the simple aggregative method, I have told you that simple index number can be calculated by applying this simple formula. P01 equals to, so P01 equals to sigma P1 divided by sigma P0 into 100. This was the formula of simple aggregative method. And simple average of price relative method uses this formula to calculate index number, sigma P1 P0 into 100, and then we will divide this entire nominator part with the number of items. So this particular section, this nominator section of the formula is called the price relative. This is called price relative. Okay, Apart from this, we have also covered the formula for calculating weighted aggregative method. Like I have told you that in order to find out index number by weighted aggregative method, we have three formulas, right? One of which is Lespier method, Lespier's method. Then we have the Pache's method. We have covered all of these now, Alexander. Correct me if I'm
Yes,
wrong.
sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So Lespier, and then we have the Fisher's ideal method. So all of these things we have covered in the last session. So in today's class, we will start with a question, so as to cover, so as to revise everything that we did in the last session. Then we will talk about the Lespier, Pache, and Fisher method. I think we haven't done any question based on weighted aggregative method, right? We have only done questions based on simple index number.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. All right, so let's start with a question. Just a minute, let me check. I think I have written the question already. Yeah, this is the question. So Alexander, please note it down. From the given information, construct index number using simple aggregative, simple average of price relative, Lespier, Pache's, and Fisher's ideal method. So note everything down, and I think we already did these methods. So you will be solving these on your own. Then I'll be helping you with the Lespier method, Pache method, and the Fisher's ideal method.
Okay, sir.
Let me know when you want me to scroll down, because this question on your screen is not complete. So if you want me to scroll down, just let me know.
Okay. So can you scroll down? Okay.
Alexander, you need any help?
No, sir, I'm doing.
You're doing. So let me tell you, in this question, firstly, we will be calculating index number by simple aggregative method. So for that purpose, you will what you will be required to do, you will be totaling the price of the base year and the price of the current year. So the price of the base year is called the P0, and this will be called P1. So in order to find out the index number by simple aggregative method, we will be totaling sigma P0, and then we will total the current year price. So through this we will get P1, and by dividing sigma P1 by P0 into 100, we will get the simple aggregative index number. Okay, and similarly in the next method, you will have to find out the relative prices. So in order to find out the relative price, you will be dividing the P1 by P0 into 100. Then you will do the you will basically add all the price relative to find out the summation sigma P1 by P0 into 100. Steve, if you have any doubt, do let me know, please. Okay, done. Alexander,
Sir, which one?
first two, simple aggregative method and simple average of price relative method.
First one done. Second one, no.
So you have doubt or you're still doing it?
Sir, in the simple average of price relative, we have to make that new column, no?
Yeah, we
P.
have to see. Let me help you. Just a minute. So I'll have to erase all of this. Okay. So first of all, we will be writing the items, and then we have in question you are provided with P1, right? And P0 is also given to you. P0. So in the simple average of price relative method, what you will be required to do, you will first write down all the values of the P1, P0, and then you will find price relative. So how do you find price relative of all the items? You will simply divide P1 by P0 for each item into 100. Okay, this is how you will find out price relative of all the items. Got it? Let's just let me help you. Let's suppose, okay, just tell me what are the items that were given in the question. Items were A, B, C, D, E, na?
Yeah,
A,
till G.
B, till G. Okay. And what are the current prices? Current year price, P1,
To 25,
25,
70,
70,
140,
140,
12,
12,
8,
8,
250,
250, and
80.
80. Tell me the base year prices.
20,
20,
60,
60,
100,
100,
10,
10,
5,
5,
200,
200,
40.
40. Now we will find out the price relative. So formula for price relative, this is the price relative P1 by P0 into 100. So we will divide 20 by 20, sorry, 20, we will divide 25 by 20 and multiply it by 100. Got it? So this is the, it will be 25 divided by 20, it will be 125. 125. Similarly, we will find out the price relative for item B as well. 70 divided by 60 into 100. So it will be 70 divided by 60. So 116.66. 116.66. Now similarly, you will find out the price relative for each item, all the items C, D, E, F, G. Okay. Now when you are done with the calculation of price relative, what you will be required to do, you will simply total all the price relatives. Okay. So you will get sigma P1 P0 into 100. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. But what about the the simple aggregate method? Its formula is the same, right?
No, formula is different. Na? See, formula for simple average of price relative method is this: sigma P1 by P0 into 100 divided by number of items. This
Yeah,
is the
no,
formula.
the price relative formula.
So basically, you are saying that this section of the formula is same as the
Yeah,
average. Okay, yeah, this is same, but but there is a slight difference. What we are doing here, we are first calculating the relative prices of all the commodity, then we are totaling all the relative prices. We weren't doing the same thing in the simple aggregative method. What do we do in the simple aggregative method? We are not required to find out the relative prices there. We simply total the P1, then we total the P0, and we, whatever the total we got, we divide P1 by P0 and multiply it with 100. This is it. And this is not same as this. Both are different. This is price relative. This is, we interpret it as price relative. Okay, so this calculation is different and this calculation is different. You cannot consider both as same. Got it, Alexander? Is this clear
Yeah,
to you?
clear, sir.
Okay. Find out index number quickly. And Alexander and Steve, we are both of you. I'm sorry, uh, because my camera is off. Uh, Actually, there is some problem with my camera, and I'm not able to turn it on. I don't know what happened to it. So I think I'll have to either repair it or I'll have to do something with it. So that is why I'm not able to turn it on. So you will have to manage the entire class without the camera.
It's okay, sir.
Done, Alexander? Any doubts? You're still solving it?
Sir, done.
Okay. Okay, so now see, we will start with the Lespier method. And in the Lespier method, you can see the formula is sigma P1 into Q0 divided by sigma P0 into Q0 into 100. This is the formula, right? Now, we have the similar formula for the Pache's method as well. Now, students sometimes got confused between both the formula. They got confused that how do we remember this formula. So, the let me help you. Always remember that whenever you find out index number, you will always keep the current year prices at the numerator, and in the denominator there should be in fact the base year price. So this segment will always be same. See, this part of the formula will always be same, P1 divided by P0, P1 divided by P0. Whether you calculate index number by aggregative method or weighted method, or by any other method, you will notice that current year prices are always at the denominator and the base year prices are always at the denominator. Now let's talk about the Lespier method. Lespier was basically economist and statistician who have given more importance to the current year base year quantity to construct the index number. Therefore, he have multiplied the P1 with the base year quantity Q0, and he have multiplied with the Q0 in the numerator as well as in the denominator as well. So P1 is multiplied with the Q0, and P0 is also multiplied with Q0. So the thing is that we always remember that Lespier have given importance to the base year quantity. He is of opinion that we should construct the index number considering the base year quantity. Therefore, he have multiplied the current year prices with the base year quantity as well as the base year prices with the current year base year quantity. Now, when you talk about the Paasche method, this segment is same in both the cases, P1 divided by P0. The only difference is that Paasche have given importance to the current year quantity, not to the base year quantity. Therefore, he have multiplied, you can see in the denominator as well as in the denominator as well, denominator, at both the places we have multiplied the P1 and P0 with the Q1 quantity, that means current year's quantity. So if you understood that, you will be able to understand this formula. The thing is that always keep P1 in the numerator and P0 in the denominator. Okay, then while writing the Lespier formula, we will be keeping the base year quantity at the numerator as well as in the denominator, but while writing the formula for the Paasche method, we will be keeping the current year quantity in the numerator as well as in the denominator. Okay, is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in the Fisher's ideal method, what we have done, we have multiplied both these methods and put an under root over it. Okay, so this is the only difference in the Fisher's ideal method. Okay, now let's do let's find out the index number. So firstly, by Lespier method, formula is saying, formula requires P1 and Q1 to be multiplied. First of all, we need to multiply P1 with Q0. That means current year prices should be multiplied with the base year quantity. That means we will be multiplying the current year price with the base year quantity. That means Q0. This will be our Q0. Okay. So 25 multiplied by 5, 70 multiplied by 20, 140 multiplied by 80. This is how we will be finding P1 Q0. After finding P1 Q0, then we will find out the denominator section, P0 Q0. So P0 Q0, where is P0 Q0? So this is P0 and this will be the Q0. So we will multiply P0 Q0. So 20 multiplied by 5. Okay. So this is how we are going to find out the P1 Q0 and P0 Q0. Okay, so first thing is that you will have to make a table again, and in this table, since we want to find out the P1 Q0 first, so we will be multiplying, we will be making a column for P1 Q0, P1 Q0. After P1 Q0, we will have to find out P1 Q1. Sorry. P0 Q0. Done? Alexander, you're getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So when you multiply P1 with Q0, after multiplying the price of all the items with the quantity of the base year of all the item, then you will total all the P1 Q0, then you will get sigma P1 Q0. You will put this formula, you will put this value into the formula. And similarly, after finding P0 Q0 of all for all the commodities, we will be totaling all the P0 Q0 so as to find out sigma P0 Q0. And once we are done with the calculation of this, we will simply put these value into the formula and find out the index number by Lespier method. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now let's also discuss how do we calculate index number by Paasche method. So see, in the Pache's method, we require sigma P1 Q1. So for that purpose, we have to multiply P1 with Q1. So you will have to make a column, one more column, P1 Q1. And after finding the product of P1 Q1, we will be totaling this, and then we will be able to find out sigma P1 Q1. And in the denominator section of the Pache's method, we will be required to find out P0 Q1, right? P0 Q1. So we will multiply P0 with the current year quantity as well, so as to find out the P0 Q1. Got it, Alexander?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please solve it. I'm waiting for your answer. Calculate it and let me know.
Okay.
Tell me, Alexander, the total of P1Q0.
So total of P1Q0,
Yeah.
4,885.
4,885. And P0Q0.
Sir, I'm calculating.
Okay, just tell me the P1Q0 item wise. P1Q0. So for the first item, it will be 25 into 5, na?
Yeah, 125,
125, then
1,400,
1400. Okay, then
1,120,
okay, then
360,
360. Okay, all right. After that,
80,
correct. Then
1,000,
okay, and
800.
all right, perfect. Also calculate P0Q0.
Okay. Sir, 3,650.
3,650. Okay, so now we will put both these values into the formula and calculate the index number. So P1Q0 is 4885. 4885. Just a minute. 4885. And P0Q0 was 3650. 3650. Multiply with 100. Tell me the value. 4885 divided by 3650 into 100. It should be 133.835. 133.83. This is the answer as per Lespier method. Now we have to find out P1Q1. Find out the sum total of product of P1Q1 and then P0Q1.
Okay. Sir, got it.
Tell me P1Q1.
6445.
6445. Okay, and P0Q1.
4765.
4765. Okay, so 6445. 6445 divided by 4765 multiply with 100. Answer is 6445 divided by 4765 200. It should be 135.25. Then we will apply the formula for Fisher ideal method. Now what you can do, Alexander, here, see, we have two alternatives. Firstly, we can simply we can simply multiply the answer we have got in the Lespier's method and the Pache's method, and then we can simply underroot it. So 133.83 multiply with 135.25, right? And then you can find the under root of this. and whatever the value you will get, that will be your index number as per Fisher's ideal method. You're getting my point? So see, this section is what? This is the Lespia's index number, and this is what? This is Pache's index number. So in order to find out the Fisher's ideal index number by Fisher's ideal method, what we can do, we can simply multiply the answer we have got in the as per Lespia method and as per the Pache's method, and we can then find out the under root. If you solve Fisher's method by like this, then you are not required to multiply it with 100 again, because while calculating the index number as per Lespia and as well as per Pache's, we have already multiplied it with 100. See, right? So therefore, if you are multiplying the answer that you have got in the Lespia and Pache's, and then you are finding the under root, then in that case you are not required to multiply it with 100. Okay, Alexander, is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is one way of calculating, and then obviously you have the other method wherein you can manually write all the variables. Like you can put the value of the P1 Q0 here, then you can put the value of the P0 Q0, then you can again find out the after dividing the P1 and Q0, you can find out the value. Then whatever the value you will get, you can multiply it with this, with the value that you will get here, and then you can put the under root and then multiply it with 100, and then you can find out the index number as per Fisher's ideal method. That too is correct, but in order to save the time, what you can do, you can simply multiply the answers as per the Lespia method, Pache's method, and find the under root of it. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So we have two, I've told you till now, I've told you two methods to find out the Fisher's ideal index number by Fisher's ideal method. Okay, now we have third option also available with us, wherein what we can do, we can simply add the answer as per Lespia method with the Pache's method and divide it by 2. Then also you will get the same answer. So this is considered to be the most appropriate, most suitable, because under this method you are not even required to find out the under root. You are able to find out the answer without even finding out the under root of the values. Clear? Is this clear to you, Alexander?
Yes, sir.
So we have 3 alternatives, and I would recommend that you follow the third one. This is the best in order to save the time and the calculation. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
what if they don't tell you to do Lespia and Pache? Then
Sorry.
what if they tell you to? What if they don't tell you to do
Yeah,
Lespia
in that,
method?
okay. So in that case, you will have to find out by applying the Fisher's ideal method.
Sir, what does root
These
do?
alternative only works when you already have the answers as per the Lespia and the Pache method. But if you are not required to find out the index number as per Lespia and Pache, then you will have to apply the formula and calculate the index number as per Fisher's ideal method.
Yes, sir. One doubt. What does the root do again? I forgot.
Sorry, what is the
Root.
how? Sorry, what is the root?
Yeah. How do we use it? I forgot.
You will have to find out the root value, na? You know how to calculate the under root values, na?
No, that's what I'm asking.
Okay, so you are. This is very basic, na, Alexander? I think you should know this.
Yeah, I forgot, sir.
You forgot, na? So just do one thing. Just try it yourself first, and if you are not able to solve it on your own, then I'll help you in the next session. Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
want you to do it yourself. This is how we find out the basically under roots. So let's say if you want to find out the under root of 625, so this is how something we make this kind of format and find out the under root values. So I'll help you in the next session if you are not able to cover it on your own. But I'm sure if you try to do it, you will be able to find it. Okay. Otherwise, I'll be helping you in the next class. Okay, now let's move to the next question now. Okay, now. So this is the question that we will be doing. See, question says calculate consumer price index number for the following data by aggregate expenditure method and family budget method. So we have these information given. We have the information about the various items on which we spend amount: food, rent, fuel, clothing, and miscellaneous items. Then we have the weightage of all these items. Weights are given. Then we have the base year price given in the question and the current year price as well. Okay. So what we are required to find out? We are required to find out the consumer price index. Consumer price index is nothing but the index number. Okay, so don't get confused by consumer price index. This is simple. This is simply an index number we have to find out. But the thing is that how do we find out the index number? So they have asked us to calculate the index number by aggregative expenditure method and by family budget method. Now you will have to understand what is aggregative expenditure. So Alexander, Lespier method is also called aggregative expenditure method. So whenever question required you to calculate index number by aggregative expenditure method, always presume that question is asking you to calculate index number by Lespier's method. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if what about, sir, if question is asking us to calculate the index number by family budget method, what is family budget method? So Alexander, family budget method is nothing but the weighted average of price relative method. Weighted average of price relative method is called family budget method. And I think in the last session, we already did the formula of this, but until now we haven't done any question. So we will be able to cover this formula through this question only. The formula for family budget method, if you are unable to recall it, let me help you. The formula for it is sigma RW divided by sigma W. This is the formula for family budget method or weighted average of price relative method. Okay. So basically we need to find out the index number by Lespier method and weighted average of price relative method. Please note the question and or else take the screenshot of it. Take the screenshot.
Sure,
done. No?
yeah.
Okay. Now see, I'm just guiding you. You need to do this question in your homework. I'm just guiding you how to do this. See, firstly, we will be calculating index number by Lespier method, right? Aggregative expenditure method. So just try to recall what was the formula for Lespier method. The formula for Lespier method was P1 Q0 divided by P0 Q0 into 100 summation, right? So in this question, just tell me what is there P0 given in the question? Yes or no? P0 given in the question? Yes or no? Yes, P0 is given. Is P1 also given in the question? Answer is yes. P1 is also given. But is there quantity given? Quantity for the base year given or not?
Yeah.
No, quantity is not given. Now don't get confused that weight is quantity. Weight is different and quantity is different. Quantity and weight are not the same thing, but listen to me carefully. But since the quantity is missing in this question, since the quantity is not given in the question, therefore we will treat weight as quantity. But just keep this in mind that quantity and weight are two different things. Only because quantity is missing, therefore we are treating weight as quantity. Now, so what is the difference between quantity and weight? See, quantity indicate the number of units that we have produced or consumed in a particular year, whereas weight indicate the significance or importance of a particular food item in our consumption. So let's say if I have given food a maximum weightage, that means food is the most important element in my consumption, and I have given the fuel the least weightage, that means fuel is least important for me. So weight indicate the importance of a particular item in the you can say in the basket of a consumer, but quantity indicate the amount, quantity indicate the units that a consumer consume of a particular commodity. So quantity and weights practically both are two different things. But since in this question, or since if you find that in any question quantity is missing, in that case only you will treat weight as quantity. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, see, because we need to find out index number by less PA method. So what you will be doing, firstly you will find out P1 Q0, right? So for P1 Q0 you will multiply the price of the current year with the weights of the food items. 350 into 45, then 225 into 20, then 110 into 8. This is how you are going to find out the weights. Clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then after that, for the denominator section, we have to find out P0 and Q0. So for that purpose also, we will be multiplying the quantity of the base year, sorry, price of the base year with the quantity of the, quantity. And this quantity will be treated as Q0. Okay.
Yes, sir.
After that, you will be required to find out the index number by weighted average of price relative method. And as I told you, the formula for price relative method is sigma RW divided by sigma W. Now the thing is that in this question, we are provided with the weights of the item. Weights are already provided in the question, but so what do you mean by R? R is not given in the question. So in order to find out the index number by family budget method or weighted average of price relative method, we need to have R. R means price relative. So I think you already know how to calculate R. In order to calculate R, we will be dividing P1 by P0 into 100 for every item. So this is how you will be calculating the price. Let me show you. Okay. See, firstly, you will write down all the items here, then P0, then P1 and weights. After writing all the elements of the question, then you will find out the price relative of all the items separately. For item A, B, C, D, we will find out the price relative for each item. Sorry, price relative for each item. And once you got the value of the price relative, then you will multiply the price relative with the weights so as to find out the value of the, so as to find out RW and sigma RW. And after finding out sigma RW, we will total the weights and then apply the formula sigma RW divided by sigma W. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I just want you to take the screenshot of all these steps so that while you solve it, you can be guided through all these steps. Just a minute. So this is how you will be solving the aggregate expenditure method. Take the screenshot. Sum total of the P1 Q0 you will get is 27980 and P0 Q0 will be 24050. Done?
Yes, sir.
And then you will be solving the question by family budget method. In that case, you will have to follow these steps. Done?
Okay.
Okay. And I'm giving you one or two more questions. So take the screenshot of those as well. Yeah, please take the screenshot.
Done.
Done. Is this question same? I think this is the same question, no? Yeah, this is the same
Yes.
question. Sorry, you already doing it. Yes, please take the screenshot of this.
Done.
Done. Achha, one more thing, price and quantity. Just a minute. Okay, so see, in this question, we need to find out the index number by family budget method, right now? So for family budget method, the formula is sigma RW divided by sigma W. This is the formula, right? This
Yes.
is the formula, na? Okay. Now the thing is that in this question we have P1 and P0. So you will be able to find out the relative prices. But in this question, weight is missing. So how do we find weight? How do we find weight? So just remember this, keep in mind, and always do the same thing, that whenever weights are missing, see, whenever weight is missing, then we will calculate the weight by multiplying base year price with the base year quantity. When you will multiply P0 and Q0, you will get the value of the weight. One more thing, if quantity is missing but weight is given, so weight can be treated as quantity. Weight can be treated as quantity. But if weight is missing and quantity is given, then quantity cannot be treated as weight. You will have to find out weight separately. So for finding out weight, you will be applying this formula. P0 Q0 is the formula for finding out the weight. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So this is how you will be finding weight in this question. You took the screenshot now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So let me give you one more question. Is this visible to you?
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay. All right, Alexander, this is it. And okay, let me check. I think I have one more question that you can do as well. Yes. Please take the screenshot of this as well. This one is also easy, and I'm sure you will be able to solve it too. Done?
Okay, done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all these questions are your homework. We will be talking more about index number in the next session. And this chapter is almost finished. We will be doing few more questions based on there are one or two more concepts, I think, in this chapter. I'll have to check in the textbook. So after checking it, then I'll try to do more questions with you. And then because I think we will be able to finish this chapter in the next session. And if we are able to finish this during in the middle of the next session, then probably we will start a new chapter in the next session. That will be correlation. That too is from the statistics. Okay, is this clear to you?
Yes, sir. Is dispersion done?
Oh, this portion is still okay. Okay, if you want me to continue with the dispersion, then we can continue the dispersion as well. Since these chapters are small now, so I want all these small chapter to be finished first. So that is why I want to start the correlation. Okay, no problem. We'll do the remaining part of the dispersion. That's
fine. You can do it the way you want, which is correct.
Okay. All right. All right, Alexander. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Okay, thank you, sir.
We'll see you
Bye.
in the next session. Okay.